Happy Sunday!
I missed it.
You missed what, Sunday?
No, I missed the opening because I was trying to set up the opening on something else.
Always.
Oh well, it is what it is.
So,
Hola.
What's going on, guys? Many of you are probably... oh yeah, Gabriel says, this should be a nice way to end my summer break before classes start tomorrow. Yeah, people are like... I went out today. I mistakenly went to the mall today. Had lunch at the mall with my mom, and then we decided to walk inside, and like everyone was there. Like we went to... I need to get some stuff at Target, and it was crowded.
Hello, Mr. Anderson. Hello,
Hi, Mr. Anderson.
Betty.
And there were people like
Hello, Gabriel.
buying school supplies.
Chris
and stuff.
Maverick. Hello. Keep doing. I'm just doing a roll call. If they pop in here, I'm reading out the names of the people that are popping in. Keep talking.
No, why? Because you can keep.
I'm only thanking the people for popping in. Because, you know.
No, that's it. I'm done. That's all I had to say. It's just it was really crowded and people look like they're like gearing up to go back to school. Good morning, Chris.
So I went to an A's game yesterday. Probably my last A's game ever.
Just for people who don't know, Oakland A's baseball team.
Thank you for clarifying.
You're very welcome.
So one of my old co-workers every year has a tailgate at the A's.
Oh, our old coworker. I used to work with Russ too. Oh, shit.
You never worked with Russ. You worked in the same building with
Yeah,
Russ.
I worked.
How much equipment did he? How much equipment did he give you?
I worked in the same newsroom.
How much equipment did he give you? When your camera broke, did he give you a new camera?
Okay, point taken.
Okay, thank you. Oh, anyway, so if you're doing a roll call, I want to Empire State of Mind playing in my intro. Okay, New York. Yeah, the same fan that caught the 3 foul balls. It was epic.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he caught them kind of like weird too, though.
Oh.
So anyway, as I was saying, this one was the first time we went to one in the morning. So normally we show up about 1 o'clock. This time
the game was in the morning?
This game was at 1.
Okay.
No,
tailgate in the morning.
Tailgate in the morning. So we showed up there. Well, I'm always first for some reason. The news in me, imagine that. I get there, I'm there, he said, hey, we're going to try to be there by 9. I get there at 9:30 thinking, okay, I'm the last one. And nobody was there, right? So we go, we set up. They finally get there, and we set up for the thing. And I brought, do you know how much 2 dozen Krispy Kreme donuts cost? Do you have any idea?
I don't, because I don't eat at Krispy Kreme.
I didn't know donuts really.
They used to be, when I used to get Krispy Kremes, I would only get like one donut. And I remember one donut being like maybe like $1.19.
Well, okay. So just to be fair, they also have 6. I brought 6 because it's a potluck kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So I brought 2 dozen donuts, but the ones I like personally, whenever I do eat them, but I don't eat them that often. Last time we had them was in Arizona, are the
glazed ones?
Glazed ones. Because they're like, it's like a ball of puffed air with flavor.
And when they're hot, they taste really good.
Well, if you get one and it's cold, zap it for like 9 seconds, poof, back to the way it was before. And yeah, Dunkin' may be better for you, but
I don't know.
Dunkin' is...
Have I ever had a Dunkin' donut?
Yeah, we've tried it before.
Okay,
but Dunkin'
I know I've
Donuts
had the coffee,
are thicker and more dense.
Okay.
So you get a lot more carbs than you would.
Yeah, the Krispy Kreme ones are very like airy.
Airy. It's like eating a ball of air with flavor.
Yeah.
But then I brought 6. They have a new thing called cinnamon rolls, made the same kind of way.
Oh yeah.
Now they're a little bit more denser than the fluffy ones. So I brought 6 of those along with the 1.5 dozen of the donuts.
Okay.
Now how much do you think that run about? I mean, now keep in mind, just donuts. I didn't buy coffee.
Yeah, I'm thinking of inflation. I'm thinking about everything. So if one donut probably costs, I'm assuming maybe like $1.50, maybe $1.75.
Okay.
I don't know. Times, how many did you get?
A dozen.
2 dozen.
I got 2 dozen.
So
1.5 dozen of the.
oh yeah, I'm sure the cinnamon one was more expensive. I'm just gonna say it probably was $30.
50.
Dang, $50.
Yeah, because the ones that are
the cinnamon roll ones
are $3.99 a donut. $3.99 a donut.
That's $4.
$4 for.
So the regular regular glazed ones are how much each? Like $1.50?
I don't even know.
No, they're probably
But
like $2
and
now.
they had they were cooking burgers. You know what you should do? You take the crispy cream donuts
and put the burger
in the middle. But
Did you try it?
No.
Oh, that's a lot. Hey,
why not just go ahead and have a stroke right there on the table?
didn't we have something like that in Arizona?
Not me.
I feel like I've tried something
I don't
like
test
that.
fate. I don't eat stuff like that. I will not eat a donut with meat in the middle.
Well, I can't. For some reason, I feel like I've done that before,
See,
but it wasn't like a whole burger or anything.
Just to
It
be
was
fair,
just like a piece.
you run 3 or 4 miles when you go out and run. So I can get you doing that. I run 3 or 4 feet, and that's about,
I don't exercise to eat whatever I want, though. That used to be my mentality when I was in my 20s, and then even maybe early 30s. But like I started learning about nutrition and how food works for the body, and so I don't actually like exercise to eat whatever I want. I just still eat, in my opinion, eat the best I can and work out.
But I will admit, though, Krispy Kreme, just the regular glazed ones, are just phenomenal.
I mean, again, I don't eat them
personally
anymore, but when I've had them, I have enjoyed them.
Someone asked me, Tan, you said a lawless dirt bike gang causing mayhem near the San Francisco Bridge entrance this afternoon. Video from Frisco 415. I haven't seen it yet, but I will look at it. I think today was the day they had the big ride out.
Oh.
What's today's date?
Today's the 25th.
Yes.
October.
So there was a big thing on
October.
Instagram.
August, sorry.
They announced it. They literally announced a big write out. So they took off from San Jose, unless it's a different group. A bunch of bikes, all of them showing up, and it might not be the same group. If it's not the same group, then I don't mean to associate you guys. But there was a huge ride out, and I saw it on Instagram but they left from San Jose. That doesn't mean they didn't. I mean, it's our flight all the way down. I mean, flight.
Yeah, drive
Drive all the way down here, but I don't know. And then you have the dirt bike gang, which runs around with no helmets, no nothing, and commit mayhem. Matter of fact, I did see a video where there was a guy on a scooter, like one of those little like Vespas, and a guy on a dirt bike who tried to squeeze through the scooter, bumped into him. His bike fell over. Even though he tried to squeeze through, the guy on the dirt bike got up and started to beat up on the guy on the scooter.
Why?
Because he wouldn't let him get through. And he had nowhere to go.
So that's road rage, huh?
Well, it was caught on video, too. It was crazy.
That's crazy.
Um,
Oh, wow. Man,
But the
going back
Copenhagen-
to donuts real quick, Chris says those are Hong Kong prices, and Krispy Kreme donuts in Copenhagen are $5.
$5 US dollars or $5 Copenhagen dollars? That's important
I
to
don't
know.
even know what's the currency.
I don't know.
in
Chris will tell us in
Copenhagen.
about 8 seconds. In about 8 seconds, the teacher will begin to speak.
That's really crazy. Oh, and also, no, you didn't wear a Giants hat in Oakland.
No.
Someone, Don Laud.
No, I was going to wear my Phillies outfit.
I advised him not to.
I was going to wear Phillies. And just for the record,
Not to.
they played the Bruins.
Brewers.
The Milwaukee, well, whatever they call
Milwaukee Brewers. Say it with me.
it. The Bruins.
Brewers.
But there were people in there with Astros outfits on. Houston Astros. I saw different gears. Different sets of gears. So I could have pulled off.
What are you even saying?
What?
What are you even saying?
Houston Astros?
No, I know it's the Houston Astros.
And I saw the Texas
but you're
Rangers.
You're saying I see people, they use different kinds of gears. just they say that they just represent different teams. You don't have to say gears.
Well, because each
It
one
sounds
has
like you're talking about driving, switching gears.
Each one has. In case you didn't notice, I'm not a huge.
He is
I'm
not.
not a huge.
You guys, he is not a sports fan.
I've never been a sports fan.
Not at all.
But I am a Phillies fan.
He's watching the baseball game. He goes, "You think this is gonna go in overtime?" I'm like, "It's extra innings, buddy. Extra."
I'm not that bad. I'm not that
I'm
bad.
just kidding. He didn't do that.
Woo! Now you make me sound like I'm like.
I know, but I've heard people say, "Oh," and then when they're watching baseball, they're like, "Oh my gosh, yay, he scored a point." I'm like, "It's a run."
No, but see,
it's a run.
she's like a.
He's not that bad.
She's like a human dictionary, right? So let's say I go, oh wow, this is going to go into overtime. She goes, it's extra innings. Well, you know what I mean.
That doesn't make me a dictionary. That just makes me like a mini
Anal?
version of Gabriel.
A female version of Gabriel.
A mini version of Gabriel.
Female version.
No, I'm not that bad. Gabriel, I'm not as bad as you.
Well, you
right?
make it sound like Gabriel's like 8'7".
I meant mini as in like the correcting. I keep it to a minimum. He does it every opportunity.
Beep, you literally correct me if I say, "Oh, a film." Oh, that was a series. I'm like, okay, it was shot with film.
Who's the one that goes, Who's the one that goes, hey, can you film me? And you're like, oh, it's record. They don't use film the phones. So he does the same thing to me. So we actually go back and forth. I think we're just as equally, like, we do it to each other the same amount. Anyways.
So the other day, 33 DKs, I guess that's what Donald Trump.
DK.
What's 33?
Don Lod Trump.
Are you sure
that name is funny?
Diane is a dictionary, not a thesaurus?
See?
I don't know what she is. I just know that she literally corrects me. If I'm watching a film, it's a series.
Oh, it's Danish kroner.
Okay.
So
how much is that towards dollars?
So he said that it's 33 Danish kroner, so that looks like that's probably equivalent to
$5
US dollars. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we don't have any. It's funny that you get a Danish to get a donut. Did you not see that?
No.
A Danish donut?
I get it, but
isn't the Danish like a donut by itself?
Just stop.
I'm asking.
Just stop.
I'm asking for a friend.
Okay, so so I think it's about $5.
Oh, by the way, those people watching from Facebook, I've been getting a lot of messages now because I'm Mr. Badley TV from actors and actresses in Africa who want to be featured in my next movie. And I was trying to tell them that I'm not a...
that you're not like...
We're not that kind of a...
Yeah,
you know,
you're not that kind of TV.
I'm not that kind of TV, or I used to be that kind of TV. But I don't like recruit people from other countries to come work on a film.
Wait, Mr. Anderson goes, Stanley's the guy wearing the jersey that says Go Sports? Yeah.
Well, you know what's funny? So a lot of people are wearing shirts that goes, including Russ, says sell. And it didn't dawn on me what that meant until like the end of the whole game.
Oh, like because sell the team?
Yeah. I'm like, why is everybody wearing a shirt that says sell?
Yeah.
You know, he spelled sell wrong if you're trying to be an inmate.
So he wants them to sell the team?
They sell the team so they will stay here.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So if the owners sell the team, then there's a chance that
you can stay here.
Maybe the A's will stay in Oakland.
But if they keep the ownership, that means they're moving to Vegas.
Well, no, they're going to Sacramento first.
Yeah,
which they're going to be playing in 113 degrees.
Then Vegas.
They'll be playing in the Arizona weather.
Ooh, that sucks.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Stanley and Diane are very hyped today. Hyped Diane is the best. Tired Diane is the second best.
I get tired Diane all the time.
Dude, I remember when I used to work...
Did you really just say call dude?
Sorry, Beeb. When I used to work in news and used to work overnights, he would always get the tired Diane. And there would be moments where, like, I would stand him up. Not on purpose, but, like, we'd make, like... So, like, Friday night, I get off...
And that's how she prepped it by now on purpose.
Friday morning, I get off of work at, like, 9 a.m. Go home and, like... Or, actually, no. Get off work at 9 a.m. Go to the gym, workout. Come home. Like, eat lunch, then rest, right? And then in preparation for when he got off of work, and then we would go, we would, like, make plans to go out, like, on a date or whatever. And then next thing you know, I wake up at midnight, and he's like, what happened? I'm like, man, I just woke up. I did that to you, a handful of times?
Yeah, I love how she pressed it by going, well, I didn't really stand him up. It's just, you know.
I stand him up by accident because I just overslept. So that was that's really, like, and truly the tired Diane, right?
Yeah.
You don't get that anymore.
Anyway. So,
wow, okay.
As I was saying.
Have you played on the Atari 5200?
No, I never played.
They're already taking down the Tropicana Hotel to make way for the baseball.
Three different questions.
Sorry, it's by Parrish. Parrish asked mentioned both of those. Okay.
So no, I've never played Atari. I've only played PlayStation 4 or the 5.
You have 4 right now.
I have 4 right now, okay.
And Xbox.
I play on Xbox, but that wasn't mine.
I have not played on Atari. The first...
Yes, we did both work at Kron.
The first...
That's how we met.
And this is not my dad. And I am not
I thought we weren't going to mention that anymore.
His daughter. Well, we just have to mention it every single podcast. I have accepted...
Oh, but can you see my award?
I have accepted reality.
No, not that one.
Oh.
The other one.
What other one? This?
Yeah. So I got an award today. Don't show that one because... Don't show the other one because...
Oh, don't show it?
See?
Oh, yeah, okay.
So, this is my award because I took a picture and I submitted a picture for a contest. And they gave me this as a second place winner. The first place winner gets posted in the HOA place. I got second place. And so I get this bag of chocolate. But
did you know it's expiration date?
Diane pointed out the fact that I have to eat these before 8/31/2024.
Yeah,
because that's when they expire.
Which is on like Saturday.
So I got to eat like a pound of chocolate, which is milk chocolate.
He will not be eating that.
And I don't eat milk chocolate. I only eat dark chocolate.
He will not be eating the pound of chocolate.
So that's my prize. A participation award. I get chocolate that expires in 4 to 5 days.
What? Betty Veronica says laughing and falling off the chair, Diane, is also entertaining as long as she doesn't get hurt. Gabriel says we'd have to ban falling out of the chair if she did. I haven't fallen out the chair in a while.
I almost fell the other day.
I did?
Yeah.
In Phoenix, though,
yeah.
I would fall and it'd be on the hardwood floor.
Yes.
Because we didn't have carpet.
Yes.
I mean, we did, but just in the
other
room.
So back to the Africa. If you're on Facebook right now and you're watching us, thank you. You know, we've increased our lookage, our viewage. What do you call it? Viewership by 3,000 people in the last week.
Nice.
And apparently some of them are from Africa, and they want me to, their cousin, to put them in a movie.
You're their cousin now?
Yeah, I guess. Well, that's what you goes. Every time you see somebody from the Philippines,
I don't do
are you my cousin?
That's my mom.
Yeah. Every time she meets somebody from the Philippines, are you my cousin?
Again.
Your mom.
Not me. My mom says that.
All right, fair enough.
I mean, we're all kind of like connected in some sort of way anyways, right?
Yeah. I get the mail from Nigeria, and I don't answer it. That's how we're connected.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I get the mail all the time. I love it when I get it from the barrister. The barrister is my favorite. I'm the barrister of such and such a country, and you've been awarded $17 billion because I don't know what to do with it.
How often do you get those?
I get them a lot. I get barristers, and they send me, and it got so bad now that that Gmail actually says, this might be spam. You think so?
You think?
You think the barrister in like some weird country is going, you know what? Stanley Roberts, I'm going to give you $1 billion. Yeah, just going to give you $1 billion. Send in the mail. All you got to do is send me $2,500 to cover the shipping, and we'll ship you the money in a full box.
$2,500?
I don't know, whatever they ask for.
Oh, I thought that was like...
And you know what the bad part is? Because people fall for it, they keep doing it.
Oh yeah. As long as people keep falling for it, they'll do it.
As long as, and I get some that are now with AI, they're getting more and more realistic. My bank reached out to me and said, "Hey, if you get an email from us saying blah blah blah," and I've gotten calls from the bank of all different banks. I love when I get a call from a bank I don't even have association with. And my favorite was the other day. My old address, I got a letter saying that they owe me money for my old address because my home that I own in Foster City, and that they want to send me my money of the home that I own. The only problem with that is I don't own a home in Foster City.
So it's definitely a scam.
You think?
Definitely.
Oh, can't get nothing past you, huh?
Wow. James says first Costco in Okinawa opened today. 5-hour wait to get in.
Did they scan their cards?
James, did you guys have to scan your cards at this Costco? Well, it's the first Costco, people are juiced to have a Costco.
Wait till they open up the Upscom in Daly's in Coma.
What did they open up? Oh, the Raising Cane's?
Oh, it's going to be Raising Hell at Raising Cane's.
I'll wait for a little bit, too.
No, remember the one we went to and that was like a 3-hour wait? And they had been open for 2 years?
Raising Cane's? I thought that was a...
The Raising Cane's when we went to Sacramento.
That wasn't a 3-hour wait.
Seemed like it.
The Vacaville one?
Yeah, remember we got there and it was like, this must be new.
The line was long, yeah, but...
I was like, it must be new because why would the line be this long?
It took forever to get our food,
right,
too.
3 hours.
Yeah. Remember when they just opened up White Castle in Scottsdale?
4 hours.
That was a long... I can't believe... Well, actually, we waited 3, I think.
I know, we waited because we went a month after it opened up.
Yeah.
And it was still 3 hours. 3-hour tour.
I don't even know. I wouldn't do it again, though.
The donuts started getting cold. The chicken was tossed. It won for the courage of the fearless crew. The French fries would be lost.
Never heard that song before.
Just made it up.
Oh my gosh! Stop making up songs.
That's the theme from.
I thought you just made it up.
No, but it's actually I'm stealing it from Gilligan's Island. You never watched it?
You are so special.
Thank you.
You're so special.
Little yellow bus special?
No, you're just special.
Okay, just checking.
Just special. Chris says, but my Nigerian friend Nazim said he would for sure send me that $1 million in the mail.
You know the bad part is, somewhere in this planet, there's someone waiting for that mail to show up.
on the planet.
Somewhere in the planet, someone sent someone money, waiting for them to send them that check for $1 billion, and they're waiting patiently, like they give their whole life savings. And it's sad because literally there's somebody. Because why else would they? They don't do that because no one answers.
Yeah.
They do that because people
someone
answer.
because someone falls for it.
Now I'm going to switch gears. Give it 8 seconds before we switch gears, because then you go get those messages that come in.
Gabriel said you sang that in the wrong key.
Yeah, I know. It was a key of life. So I don't know if you know or not, but there is a TikToker, Jules. I can't think of her last name now. I tweeted about it earlier. So she has. Remember? Have you ever heard Demure? Let me see if I can find her name.
Oh my gosh. The fact that I remember I keep seeing people online using Demure, and I'm like, what is this? What is this trend?
So,
and I really wasn't trying to find out. I didn't care.
So her name is hold on. Stay with me. Fill in the blanks.
I'm not really sure what he's going to talk about here, so.
Hold on.
I can't fill in blanks.
So her name is Jules LeBron, and she has a TikTok account. Now, what makes this interesting is that she started a catchphrase called very demure, very mindful. If you go to her TikTok page, you'll see she mentions it in every single posting she ever made. So she actually came up with the phrase, which means it doesn't matter who came up with the phrase first. It matters who filed for trademark first, apparently, because she been doing it. She even went on a couple of shows. She went on Jimmy Kimmel's show.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, she was on Jimmy Kimmel. They flew her into L.A. This whole thing. Very demure, very mindful. And then some random dude named Jefferson A. Bates filed for trademark on August 23rd.
For very demure,
very demure, very mindful.
For her phrase.
Her phrase. He filed. Okay, just for the record, he filed for trademark. That doesn't mean he'll get it, because if she can prove that, if she gets the right lawyer, if she can prove that she was the first person to say that, and has proof that it was out there in public, then they may reject the trademark.
The filing.
They may reject it. But you literally have to have a really good lawyer. Case in point, many, many years ago, because I created People Behaving Badly, I copywritten it, and I also was going to file for a trademark. I was sent a message from the National Trademark saying that a company called Girls Behaving Badly said it was too close to their name and they were going to contest it. So when they said that, and I was trying to do it by myself, I'm really good at filing stuff on my own. And I was like, oh, wow, well, if they contest this could drag on forever. So as they say, I abandoned it. I didn't really abandon it. I just didn't have the resource to fight a TV show over the name if they would try to take it and fight over it.
So you put it on like the back burner.
So I put it on the back. I was like, okay, I'm just going to figure it out when I can, And then one day I wake up and there's a guy doing a TV show, an actual television show in L.A. called People Behaving Badly. He filed for trademark as well. He also abandoned it. I don't know why. Maybe the same reason I did.
Wait, there was someone in L.A. doing
if you go on the trademark and look up People Behaving Badly, you'll see everybody who filed. Mm-hmm. Then, at some point, Nexstar filed for a trademark. And
Nexstar is
the parent company for Kron.
Company of Kron, yeah.
Now, they filed for it right after they told my agent that I had no value to them. So I had no value while they were filing for the trademark.
Yeah.
So it just happened that when I decided to take the job in Arizona, the trademark went through. And so that's when they said to me, well, we own the trademark, so you can't leave.
That's interesting how the trademark went through for them, but it wouldn't go through for you.
Because what they did was, and I never thought of this, they filed for news and internet only.
That's right, not TV.
For TV.
Because the Girls Behaving Badly is for TV.
Right. Yeah. So it was a TV issue. And so it wasn't like I dropped the ball. It's just that when they contested it, it would have made it extremely expensive when you have someone who's going to fight you because they thought that. And that show never really made it anymore. The Girls Behaving Badly, it's off the air now. It's bad. Yeah. But, back then it was like 2006. And I was, I'm making minimum amount to live in the Bay Area. So I didn't have the resources to throw a bunch of money into it, to have a lawyer try to look into it.
And it's probably the same thing with this very demure.
Very demure. So as you look at her, and get me back to her, so what she did was she posted a video. I couldn't find it, but it was on one of the websites where she was crying about, she didn't have the resources to do it. And the funny thing about trademarks is that if you don't have the resources, you can't. It's not a cheap process, and it's a year-long process, and it was longer when COVID came up. So
they got backlogged.
They got backlogged quite a bit because they weren't doing anything, and then it became a huge backlog situation. That's why now, Mr. Badley TV, the symbol you see is trademarked. I'm not going to let that happen again. So I trademarked it. The actual, and what I did was it was trademarked. The lawyer who I used said trademark it in black and white. Because I gave it to him in full color. He goes, no, go do it in black and white. I go, well, why black and white? He says, well, because if you do it in black and white, you can change the character to any color clothes you want. And it still doesn't, because what people do with trademarks, and if you're trying to trademark something, think about the process of trademarking. People will look for a way to get around your trademark. So if, let's say I trademarked it with brown pants, blue shirt, and a black belt. Well then, if you made it with red pants and a red shirt, then it's not a violation because the colors I used were the colors I used.
That's a bad combination, by the way.
It is a bad.
I get what you mean. I get what you mean.
Gabriel, and I remember correctly, today is the 6th anniversary of your departure from Cron. Yes, today is. And ironically, the departure of Cron was the same day I started Cron in 2018.
Yeah.
It was exactly 20 years. Now, a little bit of WTF moment is that this is also the day I had my stroke.
Yeah. It all fell on the same
Every
day.
single day has that. The day I started Cron was August 25th, 2018. The day I had my stroke.
No, the day you started Cron was August 25th, 1998.
Right, thank you. The day I had my stroke was
August 25th, 2015.
Right, and then the day I left,
August 25th, 2018.
There was no connection. It just happened to be that way.
That's crazy.
I didn't realize, like, wow, wait a minute, all these dates are exactly the same dates, except for the year. So it's kind of crazy. And August is usually my big month for some reason. When things happen, whether it's a stroke, which everybody thinks I'm having a heart attack.
Okay, but please, you only had
No,
one.
I'm talking about the starting, the ending, and then it just be. But I'm saying August is where usually things with me happen, and usually they're not as big as what we talked about. It's weird and we haven't gotten through August yet. So I mean, who knows? Like something big could happen. We could be discovered. Jimmy Kimmel could be watching right now. I doubt it, but you never know. He might go, oh, I love those people.
Jimmy Kimmel, if you're watching.
He ain't watching.
That's your boy.
Yes, Mr. Anderson, I believe you're right. Cron should give it back. But, they've already changed like a whole bunch of managements. And, I don't want to talk about what I'm trying to do because then it just sends, you don't put up warning flares when you want to do something. You just, you handle your business and let the chips fall as they may. So I've been just doing it, just moving along, doing what I best I can, trying to make things happen. But when it comes back to trademarks, if you have a product and you think it's going to be big, I recommend that you at least start the process before you start pushing it out. Even if it doesn't turn out to be big, at least you protected yourself. Because if somebody happens to log in and see what you've built, and they go, "Oh, this is great. Where's the trademarks?" Thank you, Brad on the Go, for the 99 cents.
Thanks, Brad on the Go.
Super chat. Then someone, if they can steal it, they will. Now, again, I don't know if this guy will be able to win. It's like you can be sued for anything. Question is, can you win? So, people say, oh, I'm going to sue you. Okay. The question is, will you be able to win if you sue me? Now, in some cases, people will sue just so they can settle out of court. Those are called nuisance suits. What is a nuisance suit? Here's a good example. A nuisance suit is, let's say you win $1 trillion, right? And
that's a lot of money.
Yeah, that's why they tell you to, put it in a trust. Don't just try to cash it in your own self. Let's say you win $1 trillion. Well, a nuisance suit is somebody will say, oh, that guy just won $1 trillion. Boom, and he falls on your property. And then he sues you because he fell on your property. You're like, well, wait a minute. No one's ever fallen before. Why all of a sudden this guy... And all of a sudden you see people falling left to right. And they sue you because they fell.
You won that $1 trillion.
They want to get their hand in your pocket. And there are lawyers out there that knows that, hey...
Hey, what?
Gabriel's giving us the dates. Actually, I don't know. The date was actually the 25th, I believe. Because the day I had that stroke was the day I announced that this was my anniversary at Cron. So there may be a typo somewhere, but it was the 28th. It was the 25th.
I can tell you. Wait, you keep talking.
Anyway, so lawyers know that,
Thank you, Felix.
Thank you, Felix, for 99 cents. Even if you feel like, what is it? The lawyers, they don't have a chance. Well, it doesn't matter if they have a chance or not. Chances are you'll settle to shut it down. And chances are if you settle to shut it down, the lawyers get their money, and everybody else gets their, and you're still out. So you may end up losing $250,000. But imagine $250,000 that you're paying to settle 20 times. What day is that?
That's August 30th.
I don't know. Well, maybe he's right. But it feels like the day I had the stroke was the day I announced that, hey, this is my
your anniversary
at Cron. Because I remember posting a picture of it, of my card. It said, hey, this is my anniversary. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, it doesn't matter here nor there. Still the same. To me,
it's still around the same time, yeah.
So thank you for correcting us, Gabriel, as usual. I think he takes pride in looking for ways to correct us sometimes.
You're cute
He goes,
here.
I can't wait for him to come on the air so I can correct him about something.
You're cute here.
Thank you. Yeah, that was when I was doing LAPD, the TV series.
You look like a little boy here.
I was a little boy. If you guys can't see this, but that's me when I worked for the LAPD show.
Here, I'll put it up.
She just found it. I don't know why she decided to go back and find that picture.
No, it came up 2015 for some reason. I think I took a picture of a picture.
Yeah, 2015?
Yeah, it came
That
up.
definitely wasn't 2015.
No, I know it wasn't, but it came up in my year of 2015 on my phone.
Good evening, Felix. Felix the cat. A wonderful, wonderful cat.
I like that name, Felix.
You remember that song?
No.
Of course not. Millennial. Anyways. So, back to the whole thing. So if you have something that you think is good, think about protecting it because people will steal it. And somebody said, clean your screen, Diane.
Oh, on my phone?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what?
You know what? You cleaned. You know what's funny?
I cleaned my computer screen.
So wait, this is me earlier.
I'm going to clean my screen
now,
now.
We're all set up, right? And she's over here with her little piece of tissue.
No, it's a microfiber
cloth. And her ammonia.
No, not ammonia. I would never use ammonia.
And then she's cleaning her screen.
It's distilled
on
vinegar
her laptop
with distilled water.
I'm like, are you ready to go live? She goes, oh, yeah, I'm trying to clean my screen. I'm like, why? What's the problem? I said, well, it's 7:30 almost. We got to go, please.
He thinks that I delayed our podcast because I was cleaning my screen.
No, she literally was like, and she says, well, I still got to put my makeup on.
No, I didn't say I have to put my makeup on. I said I had to fix my face. Those were my exact words.
In the process of naturalization right now, can I legally change my name? What do you guys think? I don't know. I mean, if you're going to change your name, that would be the best time to do it.
Oh, wait. Okay, so is this better now?
Don't tell me. Tell it to them.
Okay. Is this better?
Yeah, so that's me in the 90s.
I cleaned my screen.
Me with the full gear on, running with the police. Running in the night.
Ooh.
Playing
in the shadows.
Just you and me.
No, just you and I.
Oh, and by the way, at 7:28, thank you, Gabriel. We got it. But it was actually the day I started was 25th, so it is what it is. So thank you, Gabriel, for correcting us.
Okay.
Thank you, Diane. Mini Gabriel.
I'm not saying anything. My screen is clean now.
You know what? I think every time Gabriel corrects us, he should make a donation to our nonprofit. I bet he stopped correcting us then.
I'm just gonna keep cleaning my screen.
No, pay attention here. Chris said, "Yep, more clear."
Okay, cool.
All right. Remember to clean your screen. You got to cut it.
You got to clean it.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, we're just getting a little.
Moving on.
So, yes. So, the big takeaway from that was if you think you have this like brilliant creation, brilliant idea, before you put it into action, prepare by protecting it.
Yeah, intellectual property. And here's the craziest part, though. So, intellectual properties that you file for a United States, what do you call it? United States Patent and Trademark Office. Mm-hmm. it's only good for America, United States. So if someone in China decided to make a copy of it, you have to make a trademark in China.
Because it only protects you here in the U.S.
I would donate, and I have donated. I donate when I can. All right, no, I'm saying you donate every time you correct us, so that way you won't correct as much. You're like, oh, I bet that. You're like, no, I won't correct them right now. I'll wait till next week when a check come in. What?
I'm laughing.
You didn't put lemon in here.
Oh.
Wow.
I'm sorry, spoiled. So
It's not spoiled. It's for my health.
So normally I put lemon juice inside of his sparkling water, but since we were preparing for the podcast, I just grabbed the waters and came in here because I needed to allow enough time to clean my screen.
So the reason why I put lemon juice into my water is my doctor suggested it because for some reason I was not drinking enough water. I was having a bout with kidney stones, and he said that if you drink lemon water, it will decrease the amount, and it worked. Since I've been doing it, I've been fine. But now I'm drinking regular water, so I'll probably be sick tomorrow. I'm kidding.
Doing too much, trying to make me feel guilty. Sorry, I chose cleaning my computer screen over your lemon water.
Yeah. Nobody can even see your computer screen, but you.
Yeah, it makes me feel good.
All right, that's important, right?
Yep.
Oh, by the way, I turned her on to Breaking Bad finally.
Oh yeah, we're already on season 2, episode 12.
Season 3.
Season 2 still.
Season 3.
No.
We just switched to season 3 because. Oh no, you're right.
We didn't. We're on the tail end.
I'm thinking of what's his name.
You're thinking about Giancarlo.
But he came.
Esposito.
But according to what you read, he came in on season 3.
But it was wrong.
It was wrong.
He came in towards the end of season 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
So because where we left off was on Friday. That's the last time we watched it. That's right.
Yesterday, I cleaned the windshield on my car and my truck at work.
And doesn't it make you feel so much better, Parrish? I really need to clean my car. I looked at my car today and was like, my mom made a joke. I'll tell you what it is later because I can't say it here since I try to keep some things
Why would you bring it up?
I'll just tell you later.
On national TV.
I'll just tell you later.
And then say, I can't tell you.
I'll just tell you later.
All right. Did you wash your car
So
yet?
lemon water is really important too because it helps your digestive tract. No, did I what?
Is that like a music track?
Okay, what about the water?
No. Did you wash your car?
No, I didn't wash my car.
When you gonna wash it?
I need to wash it.
Oh, speaking of that, so the other day I'm driving home, and we don't really see foxes a lot here, or coyotes. We don't really see coyotes. And then the other day, we're driving home, and I see 2
Oh, I wasn't with you. Yeah.
coyotes, and I thought, oh my god, that was so cool to see them because I posted a video, 2 coyotes. Guy goes, so what? Who cares? I'm like, well, if you don't care, then
don't be on my page.
Well, nobody cares about coyotes. They're everywhere. I'm like, okay, well, it was important to me.
So, I saw a coyote when I went running one day.
I didn't see the road runner.
I took a picture and posted it on my stories, and you know what someone said to me? Nothing, because it's my stories.
Oh, I get this. I get the worst. It's the weirdest thing is
people.
I can post about hot air and somebody will be mad about it.
I know.
Why are you posting about air? Nobody cares. And one thing that bugged me the most are when people go, so what? Dude, did you really have nothing? Or you know the one we hate the most? What? Must be a slow news day.
Oh, yeah. I hate that.
If you want to really irritate a news person, say it must be a slow news day because they post something they thought was funny. And instead, and it's funny because if you post something and if you're a news person, for some reason they expect you to 24/7 be on news.
Yep.
This is not 24-hour CNN.
People when I worked in news, like close family or like friends would be like, hey, so what's going on in the news today? And it's like, I don't really care.
We don't really watch news that much.
Like, I mean, no, but I mean, like, I had just gotten off of work.
Do firefighters run around with a water hose everywhere they go?
No. But what I'm saying is I would just get off of work and people would be like, oh, so what's happening in the news today? And I'm like, I literally just left that place. I'd, like, really not like to talk about what's happening in the world. If you want to know, you should look up, like, what you should turn on the TV or look at the newspaper.
My favorite used to be, oh, so when are you going to do another segment? I haven't seen you for a while. I said, I just did one like yesterday. Oh yeah, I don't really watch the news.
Oh my God, you get that all the time. I laugh when people are like, "Oh my gosh, I haven't seen any of your stuff lately. Like, where have you been?" And then you're like, "I just, it just aired the other day. Oh man, but I don't really catch the news." And it's like, well, no wonder you haven't seen any of his stuff.
Felix asked the question: have you ever had a pass on a traffic stop because you're Stanley? And when the last time you got a ticket? I only got 2 tickets in my entire life, and none of them were ever when I've been doing.
They were before, huh?
Long before people knew I existed.
Yeah.
I got one in. My first ticket ever was in Mendocino, July 4th, leaving a parade in Mendocino County back in the 98, 99. I just moved here, and I come to Elk. And Elk, the area called Elk, there are 3 signs, 30, 30, 30. And I was doing 50, 50, 50. And as I popped up on the hill, there's a post office right there going southbound. Going southbound from Mendocino. And there was a CHP lieutenant. Ooh, pardon me.
Sparkling water,
Yeah.
Sorry.
A CHP lieutenant who, normally lieutenants don't work on weekends. But he was working
But
on
maybe
a
'cause
holiday.
it was a holiday.
He was working, and it's weird because when he pulled over, I self-surrendered. Self-surrendering means before he can light you up, I just pulled over because I knew he was coming after me.
Oh, you saw him before he lit you up?
Yeah, I saw him, and I saw the wheels turning.
Okay.
So you know that he's coming my way.
Yeah.
And so I pulled over. He pulled over behind me. It was right across from the post office. I really had to go to the bathroom. I said, "Look, I have to really go." He says, "Go over there to the post office. There's a porta potty right upside of it." And I said, "Okay." So he comes back and he goes, "I said, can you not? Is it possible not give me a ticket?" He says, "I'll tell you what. I won't write you for the plate for the cover over your license plate because that's illegal too."
Oh, your plate was covered?
It just the glass. It wasn't. It was to keep my plate clean. It wasn't the kind that reflects.
Did it obstruct part of the plate though?
No, it never did. But in California, you can't cover it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can't have cover of your plate at all.
Oh, I thought.
And so he didn't write me for that, but he wrote for the
Okay.
ticket. And that
For the
ticket cost.
speeding.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go to Mendocino and fight it. But then I realized that I live in Mendocino's a long way from here.
Yeah.
That was my first ticket ever. And of course, Sandy
So
and
for
Carl were in the
speeding,
car.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Sandy and Carl were in the car. You know who they are, friends of mine.
Yeah.
He said, "All right, I just went down." I'm like, "Shut up."
I hate it when you do something like wrong and then people are like, "Well, I told you so," and it's like, how's that supposed to make me feel better?
Yeah. So then the second ticket I got was, so I had knee surgery. I was out for 6 months. I had the Lincoln, I had a red Lincoln that said license plate was "Oh So Evil." And it's so funny when you pull up to.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you guys, when we first started dating, you pulled up to my church with a red,
In an evil colored red car.
In an evil colored red car, and his plate said "Oh, so evil,"
evil.
and I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
But the spin was Oso is bear,
Yeah,
so it could be evil bear.
but it wasn't.
Anyway,
and that's not the first thing people think of when they see that plate.
so I got a ticket for the first one in Mendocino, and ended up paying it and go to traffic school, and that was good. And then I had the surgery, and then I was out of work for like almost 6 months. And so then I decided, that was when Dad Mosley was sick in the hospital up in Pebble Beach.
Okay.
So I decided, okay, I'm better now. I'm going to take my car out for a drive. And I'm on the 85 freeway. And it was
I remember this
it
one.
was a monster car. I mean, it had a Cobra engine. It had the up and down. So it had the suspension that would lower it.
That was a cool car.
It was all muscle.
Yeah.
And at 90 miles an hour, it literally only got 2 RPMs. That's how much power it had. It was like a straight up muscle car. And so I'm driving down, and I'm like cruising down the street in my 6'4". Anyway, that's from mine.
Yeah, I know this one.
And this guy pulls up alongside of me, and it's like, "Hey, what you got?" Kind of like I look over, like, "What you got?" Right? And I'm like, "Man, I'm just minding my business, right?" And he's like, "What you got?" And he comes up, he pulls back, and we went to 85 freeway. And I said, "Oh, let me show this boy something."
Oh, God.
So I think it was a setup. So I stepped on the gas, and when I stepped on the gas, I took off, right? And I took off, I get up to just over 95. I wasn't doing people being badly, so before you go, "Oh, you're being badly." I decided to take off the gas because he was already back there. He didn't realize what I had.
Yeah.
And I look up and I see this motorcycle cop in the center divide near Campbell area. And it was like slow motion. It was like I was watching a movie in my rearview mirror. It was like I see him, and I'm like, oh no. He sees me like, oh yes. He takes his radar gun, puts it in his back compartment. I watch this in my rearview mirror now.
And hops on the...
Gets on his bike, starts it up, and I'm watching all this, and I see him starting to come towards me. And I go, and again, I self-surrendered again, because I knew he was coming for me.
Yeah.
I knew it already. The other guy got away scot-free. He got me. And he pulls up to me, and he says, he gets off his motorcycle, and it's a long walk to the car. He walks up slowly. I'm like, and just at that moment, Cron, our old owners, were self-insured. Mm-hmm. What that means is that if we had anything against us, then we could. If we lose our license, then we can't work at the station anymore because they were self-insured. And those,
yeah, because you wouldn't be able to drive your live truck. Yeah.
So, and so he walks over and he goes. He has his radar gun in his hand. He goes, "I got you at 90," and I go, "Whew," right? And he goes, "I need to see your driver's license, registration, and proof of insurance." Mm-hmm. And as I pull out everything, I open my wallet up, and you see my media ID from Santa Clara Media, and it says sheriff on it. Mm-hmm. He goes, "What's that?" And I said, "Oh," and I pulled out and showed him. He goes, "Media." And when
he hated you guys? Oh dang, that sucks.
He literally said it like he threw up. Media. And I go, and I said, "Well, can you?" And this is where he got me at. He pulled a fast one on me. I said, "Well, can you not write me for 90? Because I'm thinking about, losing my license at work and I can't work anymore."
Yeah.
He says, "No, because I got you on my radar gun. The number went back to the office, so they know I got you. So I have to write you for 90.
But that's not true.
That was such bull.
No, because that doesn't happen.
It wasn't until years later
that you realized
that I figured out that that's not a thing.
Yeah.
I was like, and that cost me. That's why I ended up going to Rocky Cologne's
traffic school,
comedy traffic school, and the ticket was something around a range of, I think it was something around $700
for the speeding ticket.
The speeding ticket, the traffic school, the certificate, everything that came with it. I spent like $7.
Did you get a point on your license?
It would have been a point had I not gone to traffic school.
Oh, got it. Okay.
So that was my last time ever getting pulled over. Although there was a time.
And what year was that?
It was before I started doing people behaving badly.
Okay.
It was long before then. So it was. I did it in 2006. So probably 2003, 2004, maybe 2000 because Media General brought him in. No, Young Broadcasting.
Young Broadcasting was when I was there.
2003 was when they brought it.
Okay.
Yes.
Well,
so it was probably that was Media General. No.
Media General was after Young Broadcasting.
So it was Young Broadcasting that said we're self-insured. We have to get a copy of your driver's license every couple of years to make sure that you're able to drive.
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking, oh man, I'm going to lose my license. I'm not going to be able to work anymore. I won't be able to drive the big live truck that people go. And that's funny. And funny story about the media. I feel like Stanley's being known all around the Bay, and if we were pulled over, he would get a pass. I don't guarantee that because there are some people who are law enforcement, who either don't know me, don't care about me, and may not like me.
But you know what though? The thing is he doesn't do anything to like get himself in that situation.
Yeah.
At least when I'm in the car.
Yeah, I know the limits. I know that 11 miles over the limit is citable. But people tell you that 1 mile over is citable. But in rare cases, it would have to be really bad weather conditions to get pulled over at 1 mile over.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at 1 mile, you are literally ripe to be pulled over. If you're 1 mile over, they can pull you over legally.
But the chances are kind of
They're looking for the big
They're
fish.
looking for the people that are like.
So imagine they pulled you over for doing 76 and a 75, but then a guy goes by at 112. But he's writing your ticket. He can't jump in his car and go after him because he's already dealing with you.
Yeah.
That's why they get people who pull over. Why aren't you going after everybody else? Worst thing you could ever say to a cop is, why aren't you going after everybody else? Because they were speeding just as bad as I was.
No, the worst thing you could say is, like, don't you have any real crime to fight?
Oh. That's a different story. But we literally
those are trapped.
So here are the things I hear from people. Oh, there's no real crime apparently. Because, why? They don't realize that there are traffic cops.
They have different beats.
Deal with traffic.
Yes.
And if there's crime involved in the traffic stop, then it's all combined together. You have the ones that do beat cops. And the beat cops, their job is to control their beat. They have certain areas that they cover, and they know it. And it used to be where they would be on foot. But now, because things are so spread out, that they're in cars, they can get to a place quicker in a car than they can to, it's like BART. I think BART should always be on the train, but they use cars to go from train station to train station.
Yeah,
and I get it, because if there's a crime, you can't wait for the next train to come.
Right.
You can't.
But there should be like a combination of the both.
Yeah. So there are different cops, different strokes for different folks. So different cops for different things. But I've had people, when I hear them, they go, well, apparently there's no real crime because you're doing this. Or, oh, do you know why I stopped you? Yeah, because you want to get to the donut shop before I did.
That's messed up.
Or, yeah, I thought you had to be fit to be a cop.
Oh, wow. They say that too?
Yeah, they say that to cops too. They say, you'd be surprised at stuff they say to police. But my favorite is like, well, can I get a warning this time? And then you look in the glove box, they open it up, and there's like 5 tickets in there. Like,
can't they go back and see like that in the system, like this?
If they really want to go back and look, they probably can.
Mm-hmm.
But in most cases, cops, unless they most city cops will run your plate, not run it. They will call it in and say, I got to stop on the corner of 5th and Market, license plate Frank Zebra Edward 473. Mm-hmm. They'll call it in just so they can be aware of where they are. So if something goes sideways, this was the last part you saw them at. So, and then that way we know where they are. Now, LA had something called a turkey gobble. A turkey gobble is when you activate your rover, which is a 2-way radio, they call them rovers. Mm-hmm. It made a, that's the sound it made. But it was telling everybody that the officers need help.
Oh.
Now, the bad part about the rovers in LA was they would go bad in the summertime. They would overheat. And sometimes they would just activate by themselves, or someone would bump it. And you would hear it over the radio, and it sounds like a turkey.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, unit, please respond, whoever unit it is. They don't even know.
And they'll dispatch you to
and they'll send, so if they find out it's just a malfunction, they'll reset it. But they have to call it in. It's kind of like if you accidentally called 911 and then they call you back.
Yeah. So
with a turkey gobble, LAPD, I don't know if they still do it anymore. It's been a little bit. If you went off, then they would know whose rover. Most of the time, they know whose rover it is, and be like, unit blah 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 needs help, and everybody's rushing there, and it turns out it was accidental.
Yeah.
So sometimes you'll see cops like run through a light and then turn the lights off because sometimes they get that officer needs help call, and then they cancel it right as they're and everyone's they're running through the light. I routinely drive 7 miles over the speed limit on freeways, not on city streets. Okay, so and. Doesn't it depend on what type of zone? Yeah, like if you're in a school zone or a hospital zone, I don't really think a hospital zone is a thing, but there are school zones and senior zones. Mm-hmm.
Those are both 15 miles per hour.
Well, now they are.
Yeah.
It used to be,
the
25.
Senior zone used to be.
It used to be 25. Now it's 15.
Oh, it's the school.
You'll see the sign that says if you see children present, then you drop down to 25.
Yeah.
But what does that even mean?
That you slow down?
What if it says if children are present? So if you're driving through at 3 o'clock in the morning and the kids walking down the street, does that mean you have to? First of all, the kids should be in home bed.
Well, the children is present, and the child might be alone. Who knows?
Maybe it's a midget, a dwarf.
Moving on.
Can you take that part out?
Can't. We're live.
So anyway. So those are my 2 tickets.
Okay.
Ever.
Yeah. 2 moving violations.
2 moving violations.
Yeah.
Right. So I never got. I've been now. That's not the only time I've been pulled over. As you go backwards, I live in Salinas. I literally got pulled over, and Salinas PD pulled me over at least every month. Mm. And every month they're going to pull you over because as you're in one lane, they're in one lane, and then you change lanes, they change lanes. As you change lanes, they change lanes. And you go, okay.
So they're basically following you.
Yeah, so he's about to pull me over, right? And then I pulled you over because you turned that corner too fast. What corner? I was going straight for the last 3 miles. And so then he tells, but the thing that the saving grace for me was that my last name was Roberts. My uncle was a Monterey County Sheriff Sergeant. So there was one time Clarence and I were driving down Highway 68, and we get pulled over by a sheriff. And Clarence is from Philadelphia. We were both from Philadelphia. Mm-hmm. So he puts his hands on the dashboard. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? He says, I just want to make sure they know I'm not going to shoot him. I'm like, because I never did that. I never
put your hand on
had that moment. I just, I'm like, okay, I turned the light on so I can see we're in the car. And he's like, oh. I said, he goes, Stanley Roberts. Do you know Ralph Roberts? And I go, well, yeah, that's my uncle. He goes, we went to the academy together. Tell him I pulled you over. And you have a good day.
It's a good thing he asked you that.
Yeah. I've never, though, had a situation where I was forced out of the car. I was told to sit on the curb. I was told to sit on the curb once. But not in my car. I was doing people behaving badly. And I went to a city in the East Bay. They invited me to do a sobriety checkpoint. I walk up there to the guys and I say, hey, how you guys doing? Right? Not realizing that no one had a clue who I was.
You were, yeah.
And the chief had invited me for the checkpoint. I said, hey guys, how you doing? I walk up to him and he goes, yeah, go over there and have a seat on the curb. We'll be with you in a minute. And I'm like, huh? And I was like, maybe I should tell them that I was invited here. But they were like, their authoritative voice. Get over there and sit on the curb. We'll be with you in a minute. And so the chief shows up. A few minutes later, he pulls up. He goes, hey, Stanley, what are you doing sitting there for? Well, those two told me to sit on the curb. He goes, they did what? I go, yeah, they told me to. And the chief and I have been friends ever since. He goes, they did what? And then a few minutes later, the two walk over to me and goes, Mr. Roberts, we want to humbly apologize for our attitude.
Humbly apologize?
Yeah, we had no way. I'm like, what just happened? So that was my first time ever
having to sit on a curb?
Having a curb or have someone apologize to me.
Yeah.
So we apologize for our behavior. I'm like, did they tell you what? They're going to come on for you, Twitter? Wait a minute. They're going to come for you on Twitter for that one, Stanley. Which one?
The one that... So you say it again?
It was an accident.
What? But you said it again? It was an accident?
No, that was an accident, okay?
It was an accident. That's why I said we're moving on.
Well, she brought it up.
Then you said it again. Come on.
Okay.
Come on. Okay, anyways, moving on.
Just for the record, on Twitter or wherever else you are, no disrespect for using the word midget. That was completely an accident.
Oh,
I meant to say little people. And it's just growing up, that was a thing a while ago. So I apologize. What? I'm apologizing. I'm literally apologizing. Okay. Right now.
All right.
Okay, you can join the party now.
So anyways.
William Wim said he was told to sit on the curb once. He didn't sit on the curb and nothing came of it. Well, nothing came of it either. They apologized. I went about my business. I shot a story about a DUI. And I'm not a huge fan of DUI checkpoints only because it's random. So, they pick certain cars and they check you out and then you go about your business. But they do catch them. Don't get me wrong. They do catch drunk drivers. There used to be a time, though, if you run through a checkpoint, and how the laws have changed. So they would set up a checkpoint and then they would have motors about a quarter of a mile down. So if they saw you turn around to avoid the checkpoint, they would get you for illegal turning and check and see what you're doing. But then that was shot down by somebody. So now you have every right to not go through it, and they have to announce it as a checkpoint. Have you ever noticed that why do they announce it? Because they have to do it publicly. They have to tell you that there's going to be a checkpoint.
We would always get the press releases and put it on the news. Yeah. Stanley,
there was a traffic light out. A traffic light that was out because of power outage, not blinking red. How do you treat it? Four-way stop automatically.
Stop, even if there's no...
If the lights are out, you treat it as a four-way stop. Now, here's my advice.
But some people don't.
Because the average person will not do that, and they'll just come through it at 100 miles an hour.
Yep.
Is that make sure it's clear. And inch out so that they know that you're about to cross. Because if you just try to go out there, you will more than likely get T-boned. And I was driving down, and I caught that sign yesterday that said, Dearly.
Dealey?
Dealey.
Yeah.
And in Berkeley, I don't know if it's by accident, but all of at least two, I can't say all, of the Hawk system, the ones for pedestrians, were just flashing red the whole time.
And there was no pedestrian there?
Yeah, there's nobody there.
Interesting.
So I'm thinking they do that. Oh, which wasn't the design? See, Berkeley is notorious for doing their own thing. The lights weren't designed to be on all the time. They're designed to be on when someone activates the button, it lights up, you cross.
Yeah.
But it looks like, and I have to go back and see it again, they leave them on all the time.
Oh.
So then you have to stop.
So then why don't they just put stop signs there?
Well, yeah, exactly. But no, it's pedestrian crossing. It's not an actual intersection. It's like a mid-block. I'm like, where's the pedestrian? Because I don't see anybody. There was nobody around. And then I was like, okay, maybe it's just this one. Maybe I missed the pedestrian. Maybe they ran across a couple hundred feet.
Maybe the pedestrian is invisible.
Maybe it was Frank the Invisible Man.
I like it when... No, I don't like it. But when people stop at the Hawk lights and then they just stop. and they just stay there when the lights are blinking. Because when the lights are flashing red, that means you stop and then proceed. You treat it as a stop sign. But then when people just stay there, I'm like, it's not a red light. It's a stop sign.
So, interesting. Felix wrote, called non-emergency Milpitas PD earlier because people were blowing the light. I'm like, that must be one happy light. Anyway, Stanley had this question for a while. What is CHP's threshold for pulling over speeding cars on Bay Area freeways? Figured you would know since you have been on a bunch of CHP car ride-alongs and just changed the booker for sale. Figured you would know since you've been on a bunch of CHP car ride. Love your vids. Thank you. It's weird because right he said that this popped in.
Yeah.
And it went to vintage midgets. It's a car. It's a GMC midget.
Oh my god.
It's an actual car.
Oh, okay. I did not know that.
So there is no threshold and there is a threshold. So
It doesn't make no sense.
yes, the legal speed limit is anything past the legal speed limit is considered speeding, and you can be pulled over and cited. But the circumstances have to be unique enough that it warrants his attention. Like if you're speeding, if you're doing 66 and it's pouring down raining,
and the speed limit 65.
Speed 65. It's what's safe and prudent.
Yeah.
So what's like for instance, here's a good example. What's safe and prudent for driving while smoking a blunt?
What?
That's a good question.
No, there's nothing. You can't be smoking no blunt while driving.
So the speed limit would be 0.
Yes. That's why I'm laughing.
What's safe and prudent for being on your cell phone without a hands-free device? 0. So anything above that is speeding.
Right.
Because you shouldn't be on their phone. So they write you for safe and prudent. So speed, they can get you for whatever speed they want depending on what the circumstances are. Now, the question you're trying to ask is, how fast can you go before you get pulled over?
Yeah. It's circumstantial.
Not circumstantial. Each case is different.
Isn't that circumstantial?
No.
Okay.
Each case is different.
I stand corrected.
So if you are coming down a hill at 65 miles an hour, you're coming down at 77, you might not get stopped. But you might get stopped. But the average for like the traffic cameras that do speed, it's 11 miles. So keep that in mind. If you're 11 miles over the speed limit, you can be pulled over. Now, if you're just driving at a high rate of speed and swerving in and out of traffic, but you're not exceeding 65 miles, and you're not exceeding, you're like 70, 62, 63, 64, 70, but you're going like this, that's not safe or prudent because now you're weaving in and out of traffic. You can be cited. So you literally can be cited for anything above what is safe and prudent at that particular moment.
There's a street that we drive often on,
mm-hmm.
and it has what?
Betty said, safe and prudent is the new demure and
mindful.
Wait, I missed a bunch of comments because I was talking. People were like, what? So, let's see.
Yes, Betty, seriously, people in California need a whole DMV handbook section. That is like 100%
But Stanley,
accurate.
what if we've hotboxed the hoopty then when driving because we were not holding anything at that point? Well, if you're under the influence and they pull you over and you hotbox and we can smell weed.
Oh my gosh, hotbox. People still do that?
I do it when I roll the windows up and lock them and I hotbox you.
What? You guys, this is what I have to put up with when we're off camera.
I lock the windows.
He is such a prankster, and it's crazy and gross and what else? And funny all at the same time.
Speed limit would be 2 miles per hour whether you're walking, biking, driving, or moving. Yeah.
Wait, so I wanted to go back. What was the thing? What were you talking about? There was a comment that I missed, I think.
No, she wrote safe and prudent. That's just fine. Someone asked, okay, Mike McKenzie just jumped in with a new question.
What, ruh-roh?
What's your problem with scanning the Costco card to get in? I have absolutely no problem.
Absolutely no problem. I hope people... It's funny, though, because people keep assuming with your videos
then I'm against
you are totally against the scanners, when in actuality, all you are showing is that they have showed up and that they are now like working and people have to go through them. But for some reason, people think you hate them. It's not like you've actually said, hey guys, I hate these scanners as I walk through and scan your card.
I think the scanners are cool because it cuts down. We went there to a Costco that is so busy, and now we look back, we can find a parking space like that.
Yep.
We have to wait in line like that. We just walk right in, boom.
The self-checkout line was like non-existent. There was no self-checkout line, and we got there and like immediately went to
right in. I love it. Best thing they ever could have done.
Yep.
People, I posted on my Facebook. If you haven't been on my Facebook page, it went viral. And the funny thing that went viral was the fact that people thought I was stealing from Facebook, stealing from Costco.
Oh, I was like Facebook.
But we won't talk about that. I will go back to something I just missed that I wanted to talk about for a second. Oh, so Gabriel wrote, "Oh, I see you fixed your TV. How?" Did you see me? Can I see you? You see me?
What?
You know that thing? I see you. You see me? I see you. You don't see me? We see you. How come he don't see it?
Are you talking about that video with the officers?
No, I'm talking about the TV set.
Oh.
The McDonald's thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we fixed it.
Yeah, it's fixed.
Yeah, we fixed it. We just reprogrammed it. Okay, just for the record, Gabriel.
That was a joke.
It was a joke. Okay, if you go on to YouTube, you can literally download a screen to look like anything you want. You want to tell the prank I pulled on you? The real prank?
Everyone saw it though, right?
No, not that one. The other prank.
Oh, well, no, let's not talk about that.
Okay, we'll talk about it.
No, let's not.
Yes,
let's go back to Costco.
All right, we already done with the Costco thing. We like it. He said, okay, good. God bless you both.
So William Williams says, how fast can I drive on I-5 on a sunny day in the Central Valley with a Jack-in-the-Box taco in one hand and a Starbucks latte grande in the other hand, where the posted speed limit is 70 miles per hour?
I ain't gonna lie to you.
Are you driving with your knees? Are you steering with your knees?
On the 5, I will admit to you that they're looking for the high rollers. If you're doing 100 plus.
So you're good with 90 then?
No, I'm telling you that 100 plus is like the threshold for the 5 freeway.
So I'm good with driving 90.
I wouldn't recommend it. I'm telling you.
I have gone up
that
to...
I've seen people go by me at like...
Yeah, I actually have gotten up to 90 on the 5 before, but not on purpose. I looked at the speedometer and I was like, oh shoot, because I was driving my mom's hybrid, and for some reason with hybrids, I feel like you don't notice that you're going as fast, so you have to be really attentive. And I was like, oh my god, I'm at 90 already.
There's a petition to remove Stanley from California. Only Stanley, Diane stays.
Wow. I can't live without you though.
Yeah, if they offer you enough money, you can live without me. I guarantee it.
Money can't buy me your love, though.
Yeah, but you can buy someone else's love for that kind of money. No. More people will love you. The minute you get rich, you'll have people loving you up and down.
I can't live without you.
All right. So, let me tell you the prank I pulled on Diane.
No, let's not.
Yeah, this is important.
On.
No,
Mr. Anderson says, I worked at Costco for 10 years. I like the scanner. Costco's revenue comes from memberships. That's how they have great prizes. They make pennies on items, but millions on memberships. That makes sense. And so since people are trying to take advantage of passing on their memberships to people that don't have memberships, they take advantage. What? What is wrong, Beeb?
Gabriel wrote, I went 85 once because I accidentally increased my cruise control instead of my audio volume. Oh, the little button on the steering wheel.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, well, how'd you do that? Stereo's over here. I was like, oh, did I realize?
Yeah, but they're all on the wheel now.
That means he has one of those high-end cars with the buttons and the thing. Not the ones that we have where we have to like crank it to get the radio to work. Wow. He said, Chris goes, she's avoided at all costs, so it must be good. Oh, it's good.
Avoiding what at all costs?
So.
No, I'm not avoiding anything. So Bill Van Ram says, if you really want to live dangerously... if you really want to live dangerously on 5, drive with a McDonald's coffee between your legs.
Oh, yeah. Talk about hot nuts.
Talk about I'm not trying to burn myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So should we wrap it up?
I got to tell this one story first.
No, we're not telling that story.
Look, how many people whoever wants to hear the story, donate $10.
Nobody wants to hear the story.
If one person donates $10, I will tell the story.
No.
One person
Good
donates.
evening from Switzerland.
Hello.
7 just started into a new week. It's 5:46 a.m. Nice to once life again. Oh, nice to see you once life again. Nice to see you again, Stefan.
Hello, Stefan. And if those who don't know,
morning.
Stefan is from Switzerland. He actually flew in once to meet me. He came. I saw the video. He came. He brought me a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah.
Which someone stole it. And so no donation, so I guess I can't tell the story.
Okay, cool.
Oh wait, somebody just donated $10. All right, so here's
nobody didn't donate. No.
It was invisible $10.
Nobody donated. Gabriel says I need to go to sleep, so no donation.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
That's why she doesn't want me to tell
All
it.
right, we'll save it until next time.
Really?
Yeah. Well, he needs to go to sleep, and so do I.
Well, if somebody pops in $10 in the next 8 seconds, I'm telling it.
No. Okay.
That's the rule.
All right, I'm a millennial.
What are you trying to do?
I'm wrapping it up.
Stephen probably meant to write live instead of life.
We've been
That's okay.
on for 75 minutes.
Sleep safely, Gabriel. You don't need to hear the story anyway, Gabriel. Just know that we fixed our TV.
Yes.
Let me know when you go to bed, Gabriel. So let me know when you fall asleep, so we can continue with our story here.
Oh yeah, by California law, you can go into a Costco store without a membership for the pharmacy and alcohol. Yeah,
right,
yeah,
and glasses.
that's right. Yep.
And some places the food court. But the reason why remember we talked to a manager. You were with me. He said that they were having a shrinkage problem. People were coming in pretending to be with someone else, and then they were stealing. And they would steal it, and they walk out the door with it, tucked under their jacket or whatever. So by doing the scanner thing, it cut down on the amount of people. 2 things that were sharing. So some person would buy it for their dorm, and then everybody in the dorm would use it. So the guy
I've
who we
never shared my membership before.
Oh, the prank is the prank is definitely family, but it's funny. The prank. She has to tell the prank.
Oh no, it's cool.
Hey, Gabriel, you still here? I want to see if Gabriel went to bed.
I'm a boomer.
I'm not done yet. Oh heck no! You're not getting out of that one.
No prank.
Can I tell a joke then?
No. Can you tell a joke?
The joke that make you get up and leave so you don't have to hear it again.
No. Oh, that was a bad joke.
All right, Gabriel went to bed. Okay, so there it is. I have to tell the story now. I have to tell the story now. I have to tell the story because Mr. Anderson donated $10.
Mr. Anderson, I usually would say thank you for your donation, but in this case, I don't thank you.
So here is the deal.
No!
I have to tell it. I have to now. I'm under contract.
Okay, can you just personally tell Mr. Anderson
No,
and not the rest of the...
No, I tell the whole world. So on YouTube, there is a video that shows full screen
Oh my gosh.
of the emergency broadcast signal with the Homeland Security, the thing going across, the whole tone, this is not a drill, this is the emergency broadcast system. Pay attention to what's going to happen in your neighborhood. So I said, Diane, come in here, hurry up. And so she sees
No, you said, Beeb, come
in here, hurry up.
Like
so
hella concerned.
Yeah, so she kind of real concerned over. I said, "What is going on?" Right, and so she's standing over by the where we keep all the awards at. She's standing there and she's like watching
Which
this.
is right here.
Yeah, she's
standing like
right there.
here.
And she's watching the screen.
And our TV
And
is over
she
here.
sees the emergency broadcast system on, and it said the United States has been attacked, has an alien invasion. It said, and there's been reported ships in these cities. And it had a map of the United States. And it showed all the cities where the aliens apparently made appearances on the West Coast and the East Coast. And he said, and we want to let you know that that we are doing what we can to figure out what's going on, but you're not safe where you are right now. And so you need to move to a neighboring city as soon as possible. The only problem was the neighboring city was Utah for us because every other city was already infested with aliens. So now Diane is standing there. Now, normally if she sees me trying to record her, she knows it's a prank. So this time I didn't record her. I just did it for my own edification. So she's like, wait.
There's no proof.
And so she's like, wait. She's on her phone trying to figure out.
I'm trying to look for news alerts.
She's looking for a news alerts that we're having an alien invasion.
Because so let me just rewind it a little bit. There was a presidential seal on this video, and it had a message from the White House. So I looked at it and I thought, oh shoot, this might be legit. And I was actually getting like a little scared, and so I wanted to, and I didn't want him to tell this story because I'm actually quite embarrassed that I fell for this, because I worked in news for like more than 15 years. When we get stuff
Hello,
like,
Lord Frieza.
When we find out, hi Lord Frieza, when we find out like stuff like this is happening, your first instinct is, oh my gosh, we need to figure out if this is true. We need to look to see if there's anybody else reporting this. Where is this coming from? What's the source?
And she looked like a window going, I don't see anything.
What's the source? So we can put this on air and make sure it's accurate. And I was like, and I saw this, and I saw the White House seal, and I saw, then it went on to another screen, and it showed the United States, and it showed like, okay, Arizona was also like visible there, and I was like, oh my God, we can't go to Arizona. And I'm like looking at my phone, I'm like, I don't see it on social media, it's not on CNN, I didn't get the emergency alert on my phone, you know, where it makes a like really loud noise.
And then she said to me, she goes,
I go,
Stanley, what are you? What's going on?
I was really...
And I said, I don't know. I'm watching it just like you are. She goes, and she's like, I don't see anything out the window. And I said, it's crazy. I don't know what to do. And she goes, and I go, I'm just messing with you. It's fake.
My heart, you guys, I'm not kidding. And
Hello, Linda Diaz.
I'm always so skeptical of things like, because he always tries to play jokes on me, and then he tries to hide the phone somewhere.
But this time I was holding my phone.
This time he was holding his phone,
so it wasn't recording her.
So nothing was recording me, so I didn't think much of it. But I felt like so stupid because I was like, actually, I was scared for just like, I would say maybe like 2 or 3 minutes.
I really had her, and I
was mad at him.
It's really hard to get her. And I really had to play this one. I wish I had.
Yes, I got.
I wish it was those cases where I had hidden cameras, because if you could see the look on her face, that's like the bully. If you look at her face, so what Gabriel was talking about with her TV and how do we fix it? That was actually another screen that you can download off of YouTube that looks like the McDonald's board, and it plays for 30 minutes just nonstop, a screenshot. There's no commercials. It just shows us. It's like, you know, it's like the Yule log.
Oh yeah, it can just leave it up there and it'll just continuously play.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So so the whole thing is we didn't buy a TV from McDonald's.
No, the whole thing was that you got the TV from a guy off the street that stole the TV from McDonald's, and it had the menu on there.
Yeah, and literally I posted it thinking that everybody knows me, so nobody's gonna believe it's true. But then people are like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you brought a TV from off the street. Oh, you're behaving badly." Yeah, that's called.
This is the same people that probably think you stole from Costco.
You know, so yeah, and she's like, you remember the Orson Welles?
No.
World of Worlds?
I know.
So in many years ago,
I've heard, but not
many years ago, they did a radio prank they pretended that we were being invaded by aliens, and people literally believed it. They made a movie out of it, World of Worlds.
Yeah, that's
the old version, which I love them both.
It, yeah.
I love them both, but the other World of Worlds, obviously, there was, you know, with Tom Cruise was a film. This one was radio, and people were literally scared to death that they were being invaded by aliens.
I think it's worse on the radio because you don't have anything that you can see, so you're listening to it. But what I will say though is there was also this part in the video that, like, again, it showed the country and it showed the places where there were sightings, and I was thinking to myself, well, how the hell are we supposed to get there? We can't we can't
She said
fly.
we can't. How we get to Utah? We can't fly.
Can't fly. They're in the air. I was like, they're in the air. You guys, I can't believe that, like, I fell for it. I just wish. I told him he cannot be telling people that story because people will think that I'm like.
No, it was. You have to admit
dumb. That I fell for it.
No, it was a really good setup. It was a really good setup. You have to admit.
I got, just like Lord Frieza said. She got.
She didn't. She never. She literally did not know she got until it was over with. And then she was actually mad because she got got.
I was mad because I got. And I was like, I can't believe.
And Linda, what about when you were in the break room? That was real.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So it's so funny. People are starting to ask you videos of like if it's actually like real or not. So no, Lord Frieza, he didn't steal from Costco, but there was that one reel. I don't know if you saw it, where he was scanning things and then went like this to the register, and then the receipt just popped out. Like he paid for it.
It was already paid for.
He didn't. But he didn't actually like scan anything.
And if you go to YouTube, I did a version called how. And I did. Here's the funny part. People don't understand English language. I'm going to say it again.
Some people don't.
Some people do not understand the English language. If you put quotes around a word, that's not you saying it, that's someone else saying it that you don't necessarily agree with. So when I said, this is how a legend buys his groceries, it was a play on the fact that people say,
call him a legend.
People say you don't need money. You're a legend. Just go to the store and get your groceries. Yeah. And I said, that doesn't work that way. No one gives you money, gives you food because you're a legend. So my point was, this is how a legend gets his food. And I'm like this. And then, ironically, the employee from Costco was holding the phone.
Yeah, I wasn't with him when he shot that, so I wasn't actually the one recording. A lot of people think that I was recording that video and I wasn't there.
And so, going back to, on my YouTube channel, Mr. Badley TV, I have both versions. Both versions. The scary part is people who see the first version, the second version, like on Facebook. Well, what is this about? This doesn't make any sense.
Because they didn't see the first one?
Because you assume that people saw what they saw.
Yeah.
But they didn't see what they think they saw. So then you have to go back and explain it all over again. And then it becomes monotonous. Because people think that by you asking me to tell them about something on the internet, that you're the only person asking. That's not true. There's literally 200 people asking me to personally answer their question for them. And at some point, I'm like, look, I already wrote this. It's been answered. I'm not going to go back and answer it again. I'm not going to go back and answer it again. Just like, and we'll end on this note, just like when I posted today on Twitter, how there's a website that took a snippet of my video from when I worked at Kron, republished it. Didn't give me credit, didn't give Kron credit, didn't give anybody credit. They published it as their own. It was a video of me talking to a driver in Alameda. And someone tagged me on it. That's how I knew it existed. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, you could at least
give you credit.
Give somebody credit.
Yeah.
Don't just take. And so what the problem is that I got demonetized because they claimed I was using unoriginal content. My videos were considered unoriginal because someone claimed that they weren't theirs, they were someone else's. And I say, you know what I'm talking about. So then I was demonetized on Facebook for 2.5 years. I had my YouTube channel wiped clean like it never existed because they claimed that I was using video that wasn't mine. But yet people are using the video that I got demonetized for
and making
money off of it. They're getting 400,000, 500,000, a million hits off a video that. And even when I try to defend myself, you're afraid to let people use your content. I'm like, it's not even that. It's like give credit where credit's due. Yeah. I worked.
You worked
hard to make that video so that you could enjoy it. I didn't know it was going to be, and I never in my mind thought that it would become a case where people are stealing your video, and it's not the first time I've seen it happen. Using it and getting credit for it. Now it's not just the credit they're getting for it and the views. So when they posted it, on the bottom it says original audio, and it says the name of the poster. So now if you use that audio for any reason, they get credit for it. My voice gives them credit for their audio.
I feel like this is just my opinion, but in all honesty, when it comes to like the social media sites, this is like to me the biggest like example of plagiarism. It's like social media has allowed people to completely copy other people's ideas, copy other people's like just verbatim like their video, and just take it from the source and put it as theirs.
Now, here's my least favorite thing ever, and I'm going to direct this towards Facebook, and they'll probably demonetize fans, but I'm going to say it. This is my least favorite thing ever, is that, and it's happened to people that I know, they have created their own music. I have a license to use certain music. Facebook will tell you that someone claimed ownership of that music, and so it's been demonetized. The money that's made goes to the person who had ownership of the music, which is crazy because they didn't own it. And I call a company about the license, and the license they say, yeah, we have a problem with Facebook with that because, And what Facebook did was, and this is what bugs me the most, is they literally said, you cannot contest this. We've ruled, that's it. It's like a king. We've ruled, you can't contest it.
That's
Even
why
though it's your music, you can't contest it that someone else claimed their music as being yours.
That's why I have a hard time even trying to do things.
So if you notice lately, I haven't been using music on Facebook because everything I put up there, someone claims ownership on. And like I said, I think Jace made his own song. He made his own song. I'll say it again. He made his own song. And they claimed that someone had the rights to it. And YouTube has gotten pretty bad. It used to be pretty bad too, where people would literally claim rights to songs. And I used to think that royalty-free meant that you don't have to pay, that you have the right to it. Royalty-free doesn't mean that. But you got to find music. And they say, like, Facebook has meta music, which I can't find to save my life. There's links to it. Meta music. Go here. You can get them. Go there. Link doesn't work anymore. So how do you get music that's not, so I just stopped using music altogether. Instagram, I still use music, but then they just had a new thing pop up saying, well, if you use music that's not approved, you may be demonetized. Then don't offer it. If you can't use it, it's very simple. Don't offer stuff we can't use. That's like
they ding you later, though.
It's like in Philadelphia. They used to have, in Philly, I grew up where you were allowed to have, what else is it called? Kerosene heaters. Kerosene heaters were banned in Philadelphia. But yet you go to any store and buy one. So wait, so you can ban me for having it in my house, but you won't ban the store for selling it. There's something seriously wrong with that when you literally tell people you can't have something while the person next to you is selling it. And then the person who's selling it gets away with it. You buy it, you get penalized.
So is that people behaving badly?
That's 100%. Across the board. 100%.
100%. 100%.
Nope. You Lord Frieza?
No, because Lord Frieza, if you make your own music, someone else will claim it's theirs.
Yes.
Just like that happened to Jace.
He made his own music.
Personal jinx.
Personal jinx.
You can't
Jace
personal jinx me
made
after
If Jace was here, he would confirm this. If you make your own music and you post it, but someone says, oh, that's my music, they don't even ask you to contest it. They used to allow you to contest it, but then there's so many people contesting it. They don't. Not anymore.
Well, why do you think there's so many people contesting it?
And so you don't see it. Just for the record, if you are going on to Facebook, you won't see the notification that the music has been demonetized. Only the person who posted the music. Now, here's a really strange one. So you have a list of stuff that they want you to do to keep your thing going. And one of the things they recommend is that you do a thing called a, what's it called? Where you share, like someone posted a video and then you post one side by side, stitch. Mm-hmm. So you stitch it. It means it's not really your video. You're just adding your part where you're like shaking your head or going like this or wow.
Or reacting
You're reacting to it. You're only reacting. I did that. I did a stitch. The person who did a stitch was talking about the Costco cards. And I did a stitch where I was like, that makes sense. That makes sense. I get a notification next morning that your account has been limited monetization. I go, what did I do? I didn't do anything. He said, yeah, well, this video here, you used music that wasn't yours. I didn't use the music.
But they suggested you do a stitch.
They suggested I do a stitch, but then they dinged me for someone else's music.
It's the same thing as if they're offering music, but then you later get dinged for the music
right.
they offered because they don't have the rights.
Remember I was on the phone with Instagram?
Yeah.
They literally called me, and we were talking on the phone. I said, I have a problem with your music. Because why do you offer music if we can't use it? Well, we don't actually own the rights to the music, but we make it available to you.
That makes no sense. That's like, what does it say? Instead of asking for permission, you just ask for forgiveness.
Right. So literally, I can work my butt off and do a complete package with music. If I add music to it, someone will claim it, the rights to the music, and that all the work you did, the money goes to the person whose music has. Whether they did it or not, read that right there real quick from Betty. If it came up
on YouTube, people type different font of news channels in their title and post video from news channels, no commentary on it. So they get views, clicks just for reposting videos from news.
They do. Now, if someone has music, any kind of music, and here's another good example. This is a real-time example. This happened in San Francisco, California. So San Francisco AIDS Foundation said in the news that they don't serve crack pipes. They said, we do not give out crack pipes. So J.J. Smith and...
thank you, Brad.
Thank you, Brad, for the 99 cents. J.J. Smith and Frisco 415 kind of rolled up on him. And what they did was they turned up the music really, really loud. And Jason was,
who turned up the music?
The AIDS Foundation, San Francisco AIDS Foundation. And he goes, why do they turn the music up so loud? It's to demonetize you so you can't use the video.
Can't you just mute the audio though?
No, because you're interacting with them.
Oh, right.
So their words are no longer, because you can't take the music out. And you can't post
They
the
should
music.
offer it on different channels.
Oh, it's no way to separate music. It's like when we were in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And we did the thing with
Yeah.
We did the video with
Lord Frieza.
Lord Frieza, thank you. And we got back home and published it, and we had 17 different copyright violations for the music. And all we did was stand out in the street and do a quick interview.
Yeah.
17 different
The music
ones.
was in the background.
It was in the background, but it was like mixed music, and all 17 people claimed the music, so I just took it down. Because they wanted me to mute it. And it would have been like, why have an interview that's muted? It makes zero sense. So the system is broken. I don't think it'll ever be fixed because there's no reason to fix it unless someone decides to sue. That's the only way. And the worst thing about that is, I told you, the only people that get money from a lawsuit is the person who filed the suit and the lawyers. Everybody else gets $1, but then they have to agree not to ever sue again. So, 17 different things. It was crazy. I was like, wait, I have 17 different violations? Yep, he took music from 17 different people. No, he didn't. We're out in public. It was fleeting music. I had no control over that. That's like the cat union saying you had a cat in your video.
This is why I sometimes just choose not to participate in social media like that.
So I've been trying to do.
I just don't have the patience to put up with that.
Well, it's really, your YouTube fame was defaced. So it's really hard when you try so hard to do like something with a little bit of catch music in it to try you like this is perfect song.
Yeah.
Can't use it.
I remember we did a video, and it was down for a little bit, but then it came back up. We did the video in Phoenix where we did the dancing to Beyonce, and I went back to look at the video and there was no audio, so all you saw was us dancing.
You know why?
To nothing, but then it came back.
So it was I
don't monetize.
It was claimed by. I saw it when it came up. It said 1,700 countries. No, 1,700. It was more like 12 countries.
I think India was one of them.
Has claimed rights to this song.
Yeah.
How the hell does the whole country claim right to a song by Beyonce?
I don't know.
How does a whole country claim the right to a song? So because of that, we have to take it down. I like it when I do it.
They didn't take the video down though. They just took the audio off.
Yeah, they took the audio off. I like it once when we did it and they literally pushed send, and I got a notification that the audio was removed instantly. But I found a secret to that. So I get notifications to say, "Hey, we don't think you have the rights to this. Can you prove you have the rights to it?" So that's a catch, because there's no right answer. Mm-hmm. If you say fair use, nope. And if you write on there, a lot of people do this. If you write on there, "I do not own the rights to this music," you just snitched on yourself. You dry snitched. Because you're right.
I've seen people do that.
Yeah, that doesn't mean you can use it. Because you don't have the. That's like saying getting pulled over by the cop going, "Well, you don't have the right to pull me over because I'm in a different I'm in a different county." No, you got pulled over. You're getting a ticket. Or like the highway patrol pulls you over on a city street, and you're like, "This is city street. You're the highway patrol. I'm not on the highway." People say that too. So the whole thing in a nutshell is they literally will target you. I mean, going back to the music, is that they ask you these 3 questions, and what I did was I found what I thought was a loophole, and I wrote, "I own the license because I am using XYZ. And since I got it from XYZ, therefore I own the license. Because I got it to a third party." And all of a sudden they go, "Okay, we'll put it back up." Wait, that worked?
So you do that now for all of them?
Well, I haven't been, ever since I did that, they stopped. I can't tell you what account, because then they'll start doing it again. Mm. But literally, that was my catch. I was like, yeah, I have the license because I got it from, let's just say, I got it from Badge Incorporated. And they put it up and told me I could use it. Because if you put it up there, you're telling me I could use it, as far as I'm concerned. If I'm not serving you food, if I don't put the food out there and you don't eat it, then I'm like, why you eat the food? Well, I didn't know it was for me. Well, we put it out there, so of course it's for you. So when you put the music out there, I'm going to eat it, and I'm going to put it out there for people to use. You used to be able to use 13 seconds. Not anymore. I got copyright. Yeah, you get copyright violation nowadays for. If I even used once for a guy sneezing, and someone apparently owned the rights to the sneeze. Yeah, true story. They took the sneeze down. Nope. Someone claimed rights to the sneeze. Remember the other day? What was I doing? When you came in the living room? The Tide container?
Oh, yeah, making a heartbeat.
I made a heartbeat. I did a Foley for a heartbeat. Da-doom, da-doom. And all I did was put my phone inside the Tide bottle and push the top of it, and it made the sound of a heartbeat. And I was able to use that because it was mine. Original audio. All right. That's it, guys. That's all I got. The tired Diane's coming up now.
Hey, don't do that.
That's what they said.
Don't blame me. No one said anything. I'm just listening to you.
Oh.
But we've been on for 98 minutes.
I know. And what do we always say?
That we're only going to be on for an hour.
And what do we
and
always do?
now it's an hour and a half. An hour and 38 minutes.
You know what that means, though?
So I'm a boomer.
What does that mean?
That we're enjoying ourselves.
Well, anyway, on the good news, new Chick-fil-A in Gilroy is up, and you're doing a road trip southbound.
Oh, don't go start talking about Chick-fil-A. We'll be here for another half an hour. I'm a boomer. I love you, but I already know how you're going to get started with Chick-fil-A, and we'll be on here for another 30 minutes. So, I'm a boomer.
I don't eat at Chick-fil-A.
You guys.
Because there's too many chemicals in the food.
I'm a boomer. Come on, Beeb. We gotta sign off.
He's eating at Chick-fil-A. I have to say something.
We have to sign off.
All right, fine. I'm a boomer.
No, I'm the boomer.
I don't eat at Chick-fil-A.
Oh gosh, guys.
Read the chemicals.
We'll be here for another 30 minutes. Good night, guys. Beeb, do your spiel.
All right. I know that a lot of you guys eat at Chick-fil-A. I'm sorry, wait. You can be anywhere you want to be at this particular moment, but you choose not to be here. Some of you
choose not to be here?
You choose to be here. Some of you guys choose to go to Chick-fil-A. That's on you.
Oh, my God. You guys. See what happens? You let him tell the story about what happened with me, and then he won't stop.
I'm just saying, I know you can be anywhere today. You chose to be here with us. We appreciate it, and that you're not at Chick-fil-A. But we want to thank you. Because I'm a boomer.
No, I'm the boomer.
Oh.
I'm the boomer.
No, I'm a millennial.
I'm a boomer.
And we don't eat at
Dude,
Chick-fil-A.
I think he's tired, Stanley, now. You are tired, Stanley. Thanks, guys, for joining us. Woo. We'll see you in September. Because next Sunday is September 1st.
Oh.
You guys, I can't believe it's almost September. It's almost Christmas. Okay, bye.
All right. Oh, by the way, I put a Christmas thing on Instagram. Santa and his slave. Get it going early. Or it's not really Santa. It's not really a sleigh. It's a guy with a bunch of dogs pulling a shopping cart.
Good night.
But good night. We miss you guys. We love you guys. And thank you. All right, we're done.
No, you didn't hang up yet, Beeb. Hang up? I mean, we're not on the phone. We didn't end stream yet. Bye!
In the stream. All right, we're done.
No, we're not, Beeb. I still see it.